we're in Denver, Colorado. I'm running up Yates Street right now. It's the Yates Street climb. That's what I call it anyway. It's from, if you're in Denver, 23rd to 32nd, that's 9 blocks. It's about 2/3 of a mile, and it's hilly. I'm on a 6-mile easy run today, but why I'm running this hill is because Boston is a hilly course. The better you can navigate going up and down hills, the better you're gonna do. I have big goals at Boston. So we're 22 weeks away. I'm already training my body with every easy run to be a little bit better on hills. The course is hilly, that's the reality. I can finish the race and I can, have a built-in excuse to my family and friends. Man, Heartbreak Hill, just tough. Man, those hills. Oh, well, the course is hilly, so this was my time. Or I can prepare long in advance like I'm doing right now to crush the hills, to run my best time ever, even on a very challenging course like Boston. At the end of the day, everybody's running the same course. Some people prepare well and do great. Some people don't prepare well, use excuses. I don't want to be that person. I keep saying it and saying it, but when I show up to Boston, April 15th, I'm gonna be ready. This video is about, God, this hill's high. This video is about a huge mistake I made as a beginning runner, and one thing I would do different to keep myself healthier, to run faster, and to have overall better results. Enjoy, baby. Holla! Last thing here before we get going into the video, you may notice I'm wearing the over-ear headphones today. I know what you're saying. I didn't know you were crazy, Nick. I also used to think that only crazy people wore over-ear headphones running. This is literally the first time I've ever done it because I have a podcast I really want to listen to on this run. And gotta say, not that bad. So I'm going on record. I'm formally apologizing to anyone that I've offended with my philosophy. Not that bad, and I might do it again. That's all. Let's get to the video.
It's video time, baby.
Run is complete. 7 miles today, not 6. 8:19 minute per mile pace, and we gained 300 feet of elevation on the run, which is great. I talked a lot about running hills. That was a hilly 7-mile run. We're into the topic for today. It's why you hate running. It's why you maybe are not getting faster or progressing at the rate you want to progress at. And it seems counterintuitive, but my tip is to run slower to get faster. I know it's kind of all the rage nowadays, running slower, slowing down, and a lot of people are like, well, what does that actually mean? I'm going to explain my thoughts on it, and I'm also going to share some of my runs from the last few years where I used to run fast on every run. I thought that I needed to do my best on every single run. I needed to push myself on every single run. And yes, I experienced growth initially in terms of getting faster pretty quickly, but ultimately it's like growth, and then you start, going down and down and down where you're hurt, you're tired all the time, you are getting sick. All of these things happen to me, and it's no fun. After a few years of running hard and running fast for a lot of my runs throughout the week, it takes a toll on you. You can't outrun it, so to say, and it's going to catch up with you. So my huge tip is to slow down on the majority of your runs. What's a majority? 80% of your weekly mileage. So if you're running 30 miles in a week, 80% of that is 24 miles. Let's keep 24 of those miles at an easy pace An easy pace means about 150 beats per minute heart rate or below. You can find all this information specific to you in terms of your easy pace, in terms of your target heart rate for that aerobic zone online. Just Google it. I'll put some links in the description below for you. One huge question like I would have had 3 years ago when I was starting is like, okay, you're telling me to run slower the majority of the time. How am I going to get any faster if I'm running way slower all the time? The 20% of the time that you are not running slow, you're running fast. You're doing tempo runs, which are at or below marathon pace, marathon goal pace. You're doing track workouts where you're really working on building that high level top end speed where you're doing maybe 400 meter repeats, 800 meters, 1Ks, mile repeats. All of those are going to build your speed. And then all of those easy runs, the other 80%, is to build volume in your aerobic base and to help you recover from those fast runs and get prepared for your next fast runs. That's the point. I thought that you needed to go hard on all these runs, and that's how you get faster. That's how you build speed. And yes, I built some speed from that, no doubt about it. I also got hurt a lot. I got sick, and it led to a lot of discomfort to the point of last December having to basically just shut it down. I had a race planned out for early December, couldn't run that. I had to take about 2, 3, 4 weeks off just to get my body right. And it was in that time I realized, hey, I need to slow it down, run slower, and I had my best year of racing ever. I'm going to get into some specifics now. Let's check it out. Looking at some of my specific runs here, I'm going back to, you can see December 5th, 2021. This was preparing for the 2022 Boston Marathon. 10 miles, 6:37 minute per mile pace. And just to put this in perspective, I ran a 2:53 at the Boston Marathon in 2022. That's a 6:38 minute per mile pace. So this was a 10-mile run at faster than marathon pace. This is supposed to be an easy 10-mile run. Way too fast, actually ludicrous. Here we go, 4-mile run, 6:54. Again, pretty fast. 5 miles at 7:08, getting a little closer to easy pace. You can see the 7:37 there, which is cool. And then again, about 7 miles at 6:47 minute per mile pace, like just really quick. 7:08, you know, a little easier, which is good. 4 miles at 6:11 pace. That's actually a good clip. This was more of a tempo threshold run, so that's fine. That would fall in those, 20% harder runs. And then again, 6.04 miles at a 6:33 minute per mile pace. Like, it's just too fast, and that's like, you can see that's all my runs. And then, again, another 10 miler, 6:49 minute per mile pace. It's actually funny. I remember this run, and multiple times, you can see this is in Denver. It's on a really hilly section, similar to what I ran earlier today. I mean, I stopped multiple times in this run. I remember that vividly. And this is supposed to be a 10-mile easy run. It's not a threshold run. It's not a tempo run, and that's not how you want to do it. So, here's another one: 5 miles, 6:56 minute per mile. You can see that all of my runs kind of took that shape where I'm trying to hit under 7 minutes per mile on every run, which is way too fast for me. Doesn't work. Now, scrolling up, you can see it kind of culminates in this LA run. And what's so cool is I have a run in Los Angeles, a 20-mile run from both my 2022 prep, which you're going to see right here, and then from my 2023 Boston Marathon prep as well. So this at the time was the best training run I've ever had. Let's look into it here. 20 miles, 6:28 minute per mile pace, and you can see I basically just got quicker and quicker as the run went on. I think 1 or 2 of these runs in a training cycle is actually good. I love the long, fast run, but the thing about this is I was doing all those runs prior to this of 6:40, 6:50 paces, so my body just couldn't handle this, versus going maybe 8-9 minutes per mile on those easy runs leading up to this run, and then I have a really quality long run to show for it. I didn't have that though, and the result was shortly after this run, I got sick for a week. You know, my body was just like, dude, we've had too much and we can't take it anymore. So that's the 2022 kind of Boston buildup. The result of all that buildup was I probably got sick or hurt 4 times in a 16-week marathon buildup, which is not good. You know, there's no way to slice or dice it. When you're taking 3 to 4 weeks off intermittently throughout that training, you know, you're not going to be in your best condition, and that was the case. I showed up at Boston. It was a beautiful day, a perfect race day. I ran a 2:53:47, which is still a very good time. I'm very proud of my time. I worked really hard for that time, but so far from my best and what I'm capable of. That wasn't a PR for me either, just to note. So basically kept grinding with that, running fast all the time throughout that summer and then into the fall. And then, like I said earlier, reached a point near November, December this time last year where my body had just had enough, and I was cooked. So I realized the best thing for me to do was take time off, reevaluate. That's exactly what I did. And I came up with the realization that, dude, you need to slow down on the majority of your runs, and then you could still go after these other runs and run faster on those. Okay, so then scrolling ahead 1 year into the future, we're now March 19th, 2023. I told you I had a Los Angeles comp, and this is it. I ran the Los Angeles Marathon as a training run. So I didn't finish the marathon, but I did 20 miles of the marathon. I was going basically a complete run through for race day. And you can see here, I mean, 20 miles, 6:17 minute per mile pace. I mean, I was absolutely cooking this run. This is to date the best run I've had in my life. I think I probably should have just continued on, finished the marathon. You know, I'm on whatever 2:45 pace here, and I felt fantastic throughout. But this is with, keep in mind, running 7:30, 8 minute, 8:30 minute per mile pace in all of my easy runs leading up to this run. I was still going very hard in all of my workout days, but I slowed down significantly from what you saw earlier in terms of easy run pace. And look how much quicker I got in terms of this 20-mile run. You know, you should note too, you can see 710 feet of elevation gain on this LA Marathon course, as opposed to a year prior, I ran that on the beach, 0 elevation gain. So this run, you know, significantly faster than a year prior. And at Boston that year, 2023, this past year, I ran 2:50:29, my best marathon to date. That's a 6:30 minute per mile pace. I'm getting faster, and I'm getting faster by slowing down. I'm healthier overall. I feel better day to day. I don't dread runs like I used to, and I'm getting better. That's what's gonna bring you from hating running, from going out every day like this sucks, and trust me, I've been there, to now, man, I actually kind of like running. You know, it's like you go out, easy 6-mile run, you feel like a machine. I'm not even breathing anymore when I run, and it's all because I've slowed down, I've built an aerobic base, and I've taken the time to build. Okay, the GoPro just died, so I'm finishing this up on my phone. What I want to finish saying is I've slowed down over the past year. I've run probably a minute to a minute 30 per minute per mile pace slower on all of my easy runs. I've gotten faster. I've run my 2 fastest marathon times in this year alone, and I feel better day to day. I feel better when I'm running, and I just enjoy the whole process a lot more. That sounds like a winning recipe to me. I encourage you to try it out. If you're like, man, running sucks, I hate it, I can't do this shit, it's probably because you're running a little too fast day to day. Try slowing down, even to the point of having to walk and jog. Totally fine. It's gonna get faster as you go. It's a process. Just trust in it. Keep rocking and rolling. You're going to improve with daily investments. Keep going. Let's go. Holla! Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. It means so much to me. And, you know, we're going to keep pumping these out. That's it. Peace.